I saw a turtle earlier and I'm so upset that I didn't manage to catch it on camera. It went into the water. Hey, maybe next time. A lot of people ask me like, why am I so kind? Why am I feeding the fish? And in reality, I'm not kind. I'm actually doing them a disservice. You see, by feeding them, I'm helping increase their population, and they're actually getting lazy and complacent, and they expect handouts from me. And the day that I will stop doing it, there's going to be a lot of suffering in this pond. The moment that I decide, you know what, I'm not going to feed them anymore. They had enough. They didn't vote for me. There's probably a moral in there, isn't it? What should we talk about today? Let's talk about video games. My God, that fish is so big. It would fit so nicely in my pan, wouldn't it? Yeah, let's talk about video games. I remember a time when if you met another person that played video games, that was like instant friendship material. Like you would be on a bus with a lot of people and you'd see another guy which had a shirt with a game on it, and you'd be like, you know what, I think I got a lot in common with this guy. I think we can be friends. And people would gather up on various forums and they would just talk about video games. It was so cool. But then, turns out that it's not very profitable for corporation, for a community to be united like that. So they decided that no, gamers are dead, gamers are over. You're all consumers now. There's no difference between you playing video games and a person buying a vacuum cleaner. You're both consumers. And at the end of the day, there are no gamers, right? Like you get girl gamers and guy gamers and gay gamers, and they're competing with each other. Some of them are gatekeeping, and others are struggling to face their oppression and blah, blah, blah. So they kind of destroyed the gaming community, which is a bad thing because the gaming community is the one that built things like Twitch. Believe it or not, legend has it, just like MTV, Twitch used to be a gaming platform where people went there to play video games and stream. Good times, good times. Then it became about the booby. I'm sorry. Just girls that happened to stream video games. How misogynistic of me to think that they were using sex appeal in order to get more people watching. And now I think it's about politics, like edgy left-wing politics. Doesn't matter how edgy you are. Okay, you can be as unhinged as humanly possible. You can advocate for a violent revolution. You can try to overthrow the system as long as you do it in a polite manner and you have the correct woke opinions that are being pushed during that current month. Then you're fine. You're good to go. Yeah. So where am I going with this? Well, recently some logs came out where some people found how Twitch is trying to take their platform and what new direction they're trying to take it. And apparently every person is given a number in order to decide how profitable your channel is going to be. Now, I'm not saying this is a good or a bad thing. It's just the way things are going towards. It's just we are moving more and more towards a culture that's going to associate a number to an individual. And people are going to treat you differently based on that number. So if your number is low, you're going to be ostracized. If your number is high, you're going to be treated like royalty. And it's a scary thought, because if you guys watch the video on my main channel where I talk about China, they're already trying to implement and test this system in schools. So basically they got like this band that kids put on top of their head, and it measures brain activity. And what this thing does is to show how focused kids are during school. So if you have a math problem and you're just staring at it rather than focusing, then the band shows. And all of that data is being compiled in the teacher's laptop, and it comes up with the number, which shows how good you are at focusing, I suppose. So think about it. Okay, just think about the consequences for this. What this actually means is that this information in a dystopian society could then be given to various corporations. So when they hire people, they can look at their stats like a gamer looks at a video game character, and they can conclude it's like, yeah, we're not going to hire you. I mean, you're a nice person. You did a nice school and you presented yourself well at the interview, but like when you were in school, your number was low. We don't like it. I mean, don't think corporations are going to try to have this technology. You know, like every worker should have a headband and it shows just how much they're focusing. And at the end of the month, they get reviewed and they can get benefits, or they can get punished if their number isn't high. You know what else China does? Like they have students have trackers into their clothing so that the school knows where they are. Think about a corporation that does this. Like how much middle management can they fire? And then they can just look at a computer and say, yeah, we noticed that at 2:30 you spent 2 more minutes in the lunchroom than you were supposed to. I mean, just everything that's dystopian, the worse it is. If you can't come up with a reason on why wouldn't it happen, then why shouldn't it happen? Like it's probably going to happen. And think it even deeper. It's like you can get a chip in your arm and it says it's actually for your own benefits, like you need it in order to open the door to the company, and you can access vending machines with it and you can get a lot of free gifts, but it's also a good tracker. And then the company can be like, yeah, we noticed you attended this protest, or you tried to attend this warehouse where we found out that the union is taking place, so you're trying to unionize. And But anyway, back to Twitch, right? So what am I talking about when it comes to Twitch? Well, Twitch apparently rates people's channels based on various things and gives them a number. So if you're cursing, okay, that gives you some points. And it depends on the type of curses, because there's like small curses like hell, damn, shit. And then there's like nasty curses that if I were to say, I would get demonetized. Then you get points for the type of content you produce. So it matters what type of video games you play. Now, if you play mature games, I assume it's a big no-no. Like you're going to get less people willing to advertise. And if you play games that are more kids-friendly, I suppose it's a safer channel. Then you get points based on how your standing is with the Twitch team. Now, as you know, the Twitch team, they're very subjective. Like two people doing the exact same thing will be punished differently. I don't think I need to get into it. But basically, yeah, like being in good standings with Twitch gives you good guy points. And it's a lot of this stuff. Right now, I'm not saying it's a good or a bad thing. But like what they do is that they treat their community members like a number, like a serial code, like a barcode. You know, like I get it, because they would say, well, you know, like this system will help our advertisers advertise properly. But think about it, like if the system wouldn't exist, if they wouldn't invent it, the advertisers would have no choice. Like if you sell Coca-Cola, you could be, okay, well, I could either choose to advertise on Twitch and I risk like some more meh channels having my ads on, but at the same time, like if I don't, there's a lot less eyeballs on it. So, you know, the company would just have to make a decision if this type of technology wouldn't exist. But because the technology is being developed and because the technology exists, they're going to influence the market in a very negative way, in my opinion. And the reason I'm saying this is because Twitch is all about creativity. It's about people expressing themselves, creating art through whatever it is that they're doing. And this is the complete opposite of art. This is the complete opposite of creativity. This is about mathematics. This is about an algorithm, a soulless number, which gets to decide how people need to behave. Like this is a pattern of behavior that you need to follow. And if you follow it correctly, you get money. If you don't follow it correctly, you lose money. Which causes a lot of creativity to be dried out, because everyone is just going to do the thing that makes them make more money. I mean, take for example YouTube. YouTube promotes people that upload videos at least 10 minutes long. And because YouTube does this, you get a lot of people that just go on a rant, like myself, and talk about absolutely nothing and waste your time. It also promotes people that upload a video per day. Like, the more often you upload, the better. Or, I don't know if it does that, but at least this is what people perceive. Okay, and if people perceive this in the community, that's what you're going to get. So basically, what ends up happening is that instead of focusing on quality content, people focus on delivering a lot of content and just trying to push out as many videos as possible, which is not good for the viewer. This is why YouTube was better 5 years ago, and you had more viral videos 5 years ago than you have now. Like, what is a viral video on YouTube now? Like, just think about it. What is the last, I don't know, Nyan song or video that actually made you remember it when you go to sleep? Because I can tell you a lot of viral videos on TikTok. I can tell you some viral videos on Twitter. I can't think of any on YouTube. Why is that? Why is it? Damn. It's a little bit upsetting because I used to like these platforms. And I'm just seeing how they're becoming more and more corporate, more and more soulless. And I don't think it's going to stand on the internet. I don't think like this thing is just going to remain online. I'm 100% sure that this thing is going to be rolled out to the public in the future. And what I mean by this is like, yeah, your corporation, maybe 10 years from now, is going to have similar technology that has the ability to reduce an individual, a person, to a basic number. Now, China does it with the government, but in the West, hey, my private company can do whatever it wants, right? And if all the companies that you can work for do the same thing, and they might do the same thing because it's a lot profitable to treat your employees like robots rather than human beings, well, I guess it's inevitable. So this is what I think about it. I definitely dislike the fact that this technology is being implemented. But it's important to understand that it exists so that at least you know why things will change on various platforms. And, you know, hopefully it's going to take a while until it's being implemented society-wise and other major corporations are going to start doing it. Yeah. Anyway, let me know what you think. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope these fish clean up, because otherwise I made a big mess. I think they're really hungry and they're cleaning up nicely. Look at my God, like that guy is so huge. Well, yeah, actually, good question. Why are some big and some really small? Huh? Why aren't they all same size? Look how humongous that guy is. Anyway, man, I misgendered the fish. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.